The bold and the beautiful spoilers for the week of May 26 suggest there will be some curveballs and twists. Fans can expect to make a decision about his risky treatment option. Meanwhile, Daphne Rose will be figuring out a way to get rid of Hope Logan. Keep reading and let's talk about what is coming up next week in the CBS soap opera. For starters, next week, fans can expect Liam to scramble over his new treatment option. In the beginning, Liam was told that there was no treatment and the tumor was inoperable. John Finnegan did say they weren't giving up. The good doctor said they couldn't get rid of the tumor, but they could find ways to extend the patient's life. However, things changed during the past week. Once Liam met with Grace Buckingham mentioned a treatment option, but it could severely impact his quality of life. Liam doesn't want to spend the rest of his life in a hospital bed. At the same time, Steffy Forrester Finnegan is pressuring Liam to go ahead and do it, so Liam will have some decisions to make. Over with Daphne, she will be furious over being rejected by Carter Walton. Now, Daphne has learned that Hope was welcomed back to Forrester Creations. As everyone gushed over Hope's return, Daphne glared and offered negative comments. Daphne seems to be getting obsessed. I'm not sure if the obsession is with Carter or if it's really about Hope. In either case, Daphne will be looking for revenge. Now that Hope has reconciled with Carter, Hope might focus on her fashion line. However, since Daphne is sticking around too, could there be some fashion wars? It will be interesting if Daphne goes too far. The nose might be Steffy's friend, but there is also a big secret to keep. So Steffy might tell Daphne to knock it off. There is also Katie Logan, who gives some solid wisdom to Ridge Forrester. Ridge already chose Taylor Hayes, but could Katie encourage him to give Brooke Logan another chance? There is also Luna, who is determined to have a relationship with her Bayo dad, Finn. Meanwhile, how long until Deacon Sharp learns of Sheila Carter Sharp's deception? Secret eventually. Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember to keep watching the soap on CBS or Paramount Plus to find out what happens next. The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that Taylor Hayes ended up getting Ridge Forrester back. It was only after two specific situations, though. One was Brooke Logan's alleged betrayal. The other was the brunette's broken heart syndrome. It's likely why Ridge is so hesitant to reunite with Brooke, despite his strong feelings. So, let's go over how this storyline could go. Let's begin with when Taylor came back to Los Angeles. Taylor was told she was dying from heart failure. However, it was actually a condition called broken heart syndrome. Once Taylor got some treatment, both medically and emotionally, she healed. It was explained that Taylor stuffing down her broken heart all those years led to the condition. Talk about a guilt trip for Ridge. Of course, Ridge blamed himself for Taylor's symptoms. As a result, he wanted to do everything possible to fix his ex-wife. Then, there was Brooke's alleged betrayal. Now, Brooke did want to do the right thing and help Ridge get the company back. However, Brooke had no idea how she was going to do that by taking the job. Brooke thought she could just convince Carter Walton and Hope Logan to do the right thing. In any case, Ridge considered Brooke taking the job at Forrester Creations to be a betrayal. The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that Taylor has always wanted her life back with Ridge. Right now, Taylor still has Ridge, but she knows Brooke is still very much an issue. Taylor is close with Ridge, but at the same time, she's guarded. Taylor knows just how Ridge was looking at Brooke in that wedding dress at the fashion show. So while Taylor's dreams are coming true, she also knows deep inside that Ridge could go back to Brooke at any time. Looking at Ridge during recent episodes, he's really torn. It's clear Ridge cares very much for Taylor and doesn't want to hurt her. At the same time, Ridge's feelings and draw to Brooke is undeniable. It must be really hard for Ridge to know if he dumps Taylor again, she could actually die from broken heart syndrome. Taylor loves Ridge so much, but also wants him far away from Brooke. What happens if Ridge can no longer deny his feelings for Brooke? We could see Taylor acting tough, but it would kill her inside. Taylor could also get desperate and pretend her broken heart syndrome has returned when it hasn't. Could that guilt lead to Taylor luring Ridge back? Would Steffy Forrester Finnegan approve of her mother's deception? Jennifer Gareis, who plays Donna Logan on The Bold and the Beautiful, was recently in France. She's been busy sharing some lovely photos of her European visit, and her most recent one caught the attention of her many fans. Jennifer loves traveling. She recently shared photos from her trips to various French locations, including Paris, Giverny, and Honfleur. Her adventures included visiting the Eiffel Tower, exploring Claude Monet's garden, and hiking the chalk cliffs of Étretat. In a May 18 Instagram post, the real-life Donna Logan raved about Honfleur, calling it one of the most painted towns in Europe. Even though travel can be tiring, she found the trip well worth it and understood why artists like Gustave Courbet, Eugene Boudin, Claude Monet, and Johann Jonckand were inspired by the charming town, just 2 hours outside of Paris. Fans loved the post because she spent time there with her parents. She'd also written in her caption, "I still feel like it's morning when it's night and night when it's morning, but it was well worth it." This time last year, Jennifer skipped a trip to Paris because of her nomination for a Daytime Emmy. Her husband, Bobby Gassamy, went ahead and attended a wedding in Paris. Well, he felt that he should, as it was his cousin who tying the knot. So it looks like she's making up for that lost time. Fans love the photos that stream out of France. On the post about Honfleur, one of them wrote, "So special with your mom and dad." The actress on the CBS show was kind enough to reply, saying, "I know, right, so special." Plus, she added 2 red hearts. Actress Emily O'Brien also responded, saying, "Honfleur is Normandy's best." Rouen is also very special, but the most special is Veules-les-Roses. Not far from Honfleur, I think you will fall in love XX. Interestingly, Jennifer Gareis said that they went there the following day. "I had to fly back to work, but it looked amazing." Others thought that the photos showed her cute and playful nature. All good things come to an end, but fans want more of her on the show. Actually, this year, she's been away so much that fans feared she had left. In March, fans decided enough was enough, and they wanted her back because she's an important character in the Forrester storyline. She did appear in the April 29 episode, when fans saw her and Eric watching a fashion show. Donna Logan's actress left the show before. In 2018, after sporadic appearances, Jennifer Gareis returned to the CBS show on contract. For now, fans are just happy that she spent so much quality time with her mom and dad. Hopefully, more pictures of the France trip will arrive. Have you ever explored the historic regions of France? Shout out in the comments below, and come back here often for all your bold and the beautiful cast news and updates. Talk about your good news/bad news scenarios. In the May 20 episode of The Bold and the Beautiful, Grace informed Liam that there might be an outside chance of saving him or, at very least, keeping him around longer. But, since there's always a dang, but, the doctor added that it may have a serious impact on your quality of life. What does that mean, exactly? On one hand, it suggests that Liam will be faced with a challenging new obstacle to overcome, and Emmy winner Scott Clifton will get served up some meaty material into which he can sink his teeth. Finn explained that the combination of chemotherapy and radiation could leave the patient bedridden due to fatigue, nausea, organ and/or nerve damage. On the other hand, the twist implies that the Liam who emerges on the other side of the treatment may not be the Liam who enters into it. In a way, Bold and Beautiful has been preparing us for a remix of Liam for quite a while now. Ever since he broke up with Hope and was rejected by Steffy, he's been busying himself soul-searching. By the time he was struck down by that pesky tumor, he'd realized that, come to think of it, he wasn't the kind of guy that he'd ever want to see dating his daughters, Kelly and Beth. He wouldn't wish a waffler like himself on anybody. Despite the potential miracle at hand, Liam wasn't immediately sold on the idea of undergoing such harsh treatment. At first I had no choice, and now I have a choice, but it's basically an impossible one, he lamented. Yeah, sure, I give myself more time at the cost of we don't even know what. How am I supposed to make a decision based on this? Adding to the difficulty of his dilemma is the experience that he shared with his late mother, after whom Kelly was named. All I can think about right now is my mom and how much she suffered, he said. I mean, the cancer treatments. Laying in that bed, she was like a skeleton. She was so frail. She was a shell of what she was before. That woman at the end was not my mom, he added. And I'm asking myself, do I want that for Kelly and Beth? Of course, we'd be surprised if Liam ended up dying. But that doesn't mean that his girls wouldn't still be in for a helluva trauma. If along with the extreme treatment, he undergoes an extreme attitude adjustment, they as well as Steffi and Hope might not even recognize him anymore. Check out the new photo gallery below for a rundown of all the possible best and worst case scenarios for Liam. Hope Logan has had a roller coaster ride of emotions lately. First, she was booted from Forrester Creations, and then she dumped Carter Walton for not having her back. As she sat at home licking her wounds, Steffi Forrester, her usual enemy, showed up to tell her that their shared ex-husband, Liam Spencer, is dying. Hope then had a long talk with Liam, suggesting that they should reunite, but he told her that she should instead fix things with Carter. As much as Liam has been vocal about wanting Hope back, he now wants her to be happy for the long haul after he is gone. Now that Hope has reevaluated her situation and wants to talk to Carter, she is going to have to overcome one big issue, and that is that he overheard her telling Liam that she wants to reunite. He is heartbroken and angry, and tells Hope that he overheard the conversation that she had with Liam and knows that she wants him instead. Hope tries to reassure Carter that she really wants to be with him, but realizes that she is going to have to tell him the truth about Liam if there is any chance for them to have a future. She was sworn to secrecy, but if she and Carter will ever have a chance, then she is going to have to trust him with the news that Liam has a mass on his brain. Carter is stunned to learn that Liam is dying and immediately understands the complexity of the situation. He understands why Hope would want to be with Liam nonstop for as long as he has left, and why keeping their little family together now matters so much. He also understands that the love that she has for Liam is different from what they currently share. Do you think that Carter and Hope will be able to stick it out? Why or why not? The bold and the beautiful spoilers for Thursday, May 22, 2025, reveal a switch from one rivalry over a man to another. Now that Hope Logan and Steffi Forrester Finnegan are hugging it out and deciding to be best friends, their mothers are ready to take center stage, showing they can't learn anything from their daughters. Then again, Taylor Hayes and Brooke Logan tried the BFF thing 2 years ago, and it didn't work out. Brooke and Taylor are right back at it fighting over Ridge Forrester on Thursday. One would think that with Taylor knowing that Liam Spencer is dying, she might realize that life is way too short for this nonsense, the way that Steffi and Hope have. But clearly, these two grandmas are as immature as ever. Brooke thinks it's only a matter of time until Ridge comes back to her now that all the other fallout from Carter Walton and Hope's coup has been resolved. Ridge dumping Taylor for Brooke would be the final piece of the puzzle to make everything right in Brooke's world again. Katie Logan isn't about to let her sister's love life remain with her sister. Since she has no love life of her own at the moment, Katie needs something to do. She already interfered in Hope's love life 2 weeks ago, so this time she seeks out Ridge. While Brooke and Taylor are fighting over him, Ridge gets to hear all the virtues of returning to Brooke from Katie. He already heard this weeks ago after the fashion show when Eric Forrester chastised him for remaining with Taylor. Ridge better make up his mind soon because he might have some competition for both women's hearts any day now. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say that a lot of fans seem to agree that the writers of the show have missed the mark with Taylor Hayes and Brooke Logan. That's because back in 2022, the two women decided to become temporary friends when they realized that Ridge Forrester simply wasn't worth fighting for. But for some reason or another, that storyline died pretty fast when both Brooke and Taylor decided that Ridge was the love of their lives. Or at least, they think he's worth the ongoing fight between them. But is he? Of course, B&B fans certainly did have a lot to say about this storyline on social media. Some have even commented with, "I will forever be pissed that this story got dropped. Why would they tease us like that?" Taylor/Brooke could have been a great storyline. I'd also want to second missing Krista. I think she was the best Taylor. She's such a talented actress. Another B&B fan wrote, "I was all for Brooke and Taylor being a thing. Tired of them fighting over vanilla ice cream Ridge. I guess it's too much to ask the writers to vary from the tried-and-true formula that they use again and again and again." And then there was this comment as well. But to be fair, Krista had that impact on the entire cast, and I remember how people were shipping Taylor with almost everyone back then. Anyways, this was such a missed opportunity, and it could have gained a huge support from the Bold community as many, like myself, was on board with Brayler. Now, whether or not Taylor and Brooke actually strike up a friendship again in the future remains to be seen. Watch this space. The Bold and the Beautiful airs weekdays on the CBS network. Check your local listings for times. Also, let us know what you think of this story by leaving us a line in our comments section below. Be sure to catch up on everything happening with B&B right now. Come back here often for the Bold and the Beautiful spoilers, news, and updates. Don Diamond has had a lot to celebrate lately. Being on the Bold and the Beautiful for 16 years was a major milestone. An even bigger one was his 40 years working for CBS, since he began on the network, appearing on The Young and the Restless from 1985 to 2009. Now he's got more to be joyous about because his son graduated from college, making his soap star dad proud. The University of Las Vegas held 3 graduation ceremonies on May 16 and 17 because the total number of students attending was around 3,500. Among them was Diamond's son, Anton Ambuel, and the proud papa took to Instagram to write, @Anton_Ambuel couldn't have made more of his football scholarship. With blood, sweat, and tears, he, as the starting left tackle, and his UNL football teammates went from a 2-win first season to a record-setting 11-win season his senior year. Diamond continued, add to that an LA Bowl victory, and ending the year as the 24th ranked team in the country. The first time that UNLV football was ranked in the top 25. Anton was no less committed in the classroom as a Dean's List student in business finance. Tanker, I couldn't be prouder of all that you've accomplished. It was such a joy to be along for the ride. In the post, Diamond shared several pictures, including one of the entire family with the happy graduates standing in front of UNLV with the title, "And that's a wrap." Next was a video of Anton going up to receive his diploma, throwing his arm in the air in victory. There were also a few pics from Anton's football season, pics from Anton's poolside graduation party, and a video of the graduates cheering at the end of the ceremony. Diamond's former Y and R co-star Laura Lee Bell replied with, while General Hospital star Eva LaRue commented, "So awesome, congratulations. Love you guys so much." The fans sent mountains of congratulations, with one ironically responding, @Don Diamond, congratulations to your son on his hard work and dedication. My daughter graduated UNLV that same morning. Couldn't be more proud of all the graduates. They say old habits die hard, and for Steffi and Liam, they never really died at all. If everyone is right, fame believe bold, and the beautiful is in for a jaw-dropping twist. If all these whispers of secret meetings, late-night confessions, and stolen kisses are true, viewers have sparked up a wildfire speculation. Is Steam back on? Without Finn knowing, it all starts innocently enough. A few heartfelt chats between co-parents turned into soul-bearing late-night talks. Add Liam's terminal diagnosis into the mix, and suddenly, Steffi's world is shaken. As much as she loves Finn, she can't ignore the deep history she shares with Liam. The love, the pain, the unfinished business, and now, the passion. While Dr. Finnegan is busy saving lives, he has no clue his own marriage is under threat. Steffi's guilt is mounting, but her connection with Liam is undeniable. The thought of losing him forever has awakened something primal, and in true soap fashion, the reunion is the kind that starts with a single tear and ends in a tangled bedsheet. But what happens when the truth comes out? When Finn discovers that the woman he thought was forever faithful has been falling back into old patterns behind his back, it's not just a betrayal, it's a full-on emotional earthquake. Not just for Finn, but for the children, the Forresters, the Spencers, everyone. This scandal isn't just about two exes rekindling a flame. It's about love, mortality, and the kind of heartbreak only soaps can deliver. If this truly is Liam's final chapter, he may very well plan to spend it wrapped up in the arms of the woman who once had his heart, and might still.